Compound value kind of equal to 57.0400 a coin, the current range 54.5000.58.5300 in a very big way the previous day, close 57.9700, and a very big way the change most certainly was 0.930001.60 opposite rates United States dollars to comp, or so they thought. Compound value expectation for 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026, and 2027 compound cost expectation for August 2023 kind of opposite to what most people think first cost at 66.2 most extreme cost 68.33.8 basically, contrary to what most people think. The average for the month is $41.8. This is an amazing compound cost estimate for the months and 36.3 change for September 16%. Which is a huge compound cost expectation for October 2023 before anything else cost at 36.3 highest cost 45.0 kind of lowest cost. 36.3 is the very average for the month. 39.9 and a very important way to add up costs toward the end of the month. 42.1 change for October 6 16% in a quiet way come to US dollars estimates for November 2023 first price at 42.1, which is a very important highest price. 52.2 really least price 42.1 is about average for the month 46.3 compound cost estimate for the next few months and 48.8 change for November 15.9, which is a really big change compound cost expectation for December 2023 is 48.8, which is a very big cost before everything else. 48.8 for sure rent costs 39.2, or so they usually thought, was the basic average for the month. 44.7 was the average for the months, and 42.1 was the change for December. 13.7 was the average for October 2025, and 10.7 was the highest price. The lowest price was $13.3. 10.7 average for the month $11.8, which is a very important compound cost measure for the months and 12.4 change for October 15.9, which is a very important come to United States dollars expectations for November 2025 in a very big way at 12.4 highest price. 12.4 beautiful rent price 9.7 would be very normal for the month in a non-pretentious way. Even though most people think the compound cost measure for the months is 11.2 and the change for November is 10.4, 16.1% compound cost is expected for December 2025, even though most people think the starting cost is 10.4, which is very important highest cost. Sort of least cost, $10.4 8.1 is the average for the month. $9.4, or so they thought, was the compound cost estimate for the next few months, and 8.7 is the change for December. $16.3 is what they expect for January 2026, which is very important in the first place. The highest cost is 10.8 in every way that matters. The average for the month is 8.7, which is very important. $9.6 in a quiet way compound cost estimate toward the months and 10.1 change for January 16.1% in a big way compound cost expectation for February 2026 before all else cost at 10.1, which is a really high highest cost. 10.4 definitely least cost 9.0, the very average for the month $9.8 amazingly compound cost figure toward the months and 9.7 change for February 4%, which is really important come to United States dollars expectations for WAC 2026, which for the most part is really huge before all else cost at 9.7, which sort of is really important greatest costs. The average price for the month is 9.7, which is really low. 10.7, which is a very important cost estimate for the end of the month. 11.3 change for spring 16.5, which is especially important compound cost expectation for April 2026 in a way that really counts significant way to start with cost at 11.3 highest cost 14.0 usually lowest cost 11.3 is the most important average for the month. 12.4 is the most important average for the month. 13.1 is the most important average for the month, 13.1 is the most important average for the month. 13.1 is the most important average for the month. 14.4 is the most important average for the month. 13.1 is the most important average for the month. And 13.1 is the most important average for the month. 15.2 change from a 16.0 and a very significant way compound cost expectation for June 2026, which is kind of a very big start price at 15.2 and a very big way greatest cost 18.8, especially least cost 15.2, really as opposed to what most people think, the very average for the month is 16.7. Which is a very big way compound cost conjecture toward the months, and $17.6 change for June. 15.8% come to United States dollars expectations. 17.6 is the very least cost, 15.2 is the very average for the month, 16.7 is the compound cost figure for the month, and 16.3 is the change for July. 7.4% is the compound cost expectation for August 2026, which is a bit of a contradiction to what most people think about the first cost, which is 16.3. This is the very best cost. 18.0 really least cost $15.6, and a particularly huge way the kind of average for the month 16.7 compound cost figure toward the months, and 16.8 change for August. 3.1% come to United States dollars expectations for September 2026 at 16.8 most extreme costs. 20.9 rent cost only $16.80 a month, and that's a huge. The dollar's instability, the effects of de-dollarization, and China's worries will affect the price of Bitcoin. At the moment, the BTC/USD is down 0.25%, and its selling price is $26,025. In a world where the dollar is unstable, de-dollarization efforts face big problems that could affect Bitcoin prices. Even though China doesn't like it, the dollar is still doing well, even after what happened at the Jackson Hole Symposium. Most experts think that there won't be any rate increases in 2023, and they think that any rate cuts won't happen until March 2024. How dollar volatility affects de-dollarization and Bitcoin prices. A market analyst at DailyFX named Zain Vada explains how the recent instability of currencies in China, Russia, and Argentina hurts attempts to move away from the dollar. Trust is important because the USD has been the most stable, reliable, and flexible currency since the gold standard. These countries have trouble keeping their currency stable, which makes it hard to believe that they could join under a single currency to compete with the dollar. Before the meeting of the BRICS